It is harder than ever today to stand out as an online coach. There's tons of competition. People have heard and seen it all before. So how do you stand out? In this short video, I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'll just walk you through two simple steps to do it. The first way is about who you are, right? I'm not just talking about posting feel good stories, but people really buy not just because of what you do, but they buy because of who you are, especially as markets get more and more sophisticated and people are less and less trusting. They want to work with somebody who they trust. Um, so that's what's going to be so important to showcase your personal values, right? People want to buy who they are like. One of my favorite examples from, I believe it was the 2020 election, there was a diner in this really deep southern state, and they had one sign on their windowsill, this diner, and it made them, oh, sorry about that. It made them sell out. It made them sell out all of their food for like days on end and then get a back order of orders. So what do they have on their sign? It just said, fuck Joe Biden. Now, I'm not saying that you have to show off your political beliefs. I'm not saying you have to talk about any of that. In fact, I think most of the time it hurts people more than helps them to talk about their political beliefs. However, talking about your values, do you value your family? You should be integrating the family part into your content. Do you value freedom? You should be showing stories of how your solution creates freedom, right? How your services, how your offerings create freedom, how you're able to help your clients create more freedom, right? Your content should be focused around helping people create more freedom. So figure out what your personal values are and what's important to you, because that's also what's going to be important to your ideal clients, right? Imagine if you really value family and work-life balance, but then you attract a client who values working hard and making as much money as possible, regardless of their health and sanity and whatever, right? That's going to be an energetic and social mismatch, because you're not going to give them the optimal way to get to their goals, which is to make as much money and work as hard as possible, right? You're going to give them the more leverage and more 80-20 way of making money, getting clients, and or improving their health, let's say. Doesn't matter what the example is. So there's that, right? And now the second way is to shift what you do, right? So there's who you are and what you do. Those are the two big ways to stand out. Now, the what you do is interesting because there's changing what, like, how you explain what you do, right? There's changing, so that's the benefits, right? So just like I shared with you just now, saying, hey, I'll help you travel the world and be with your family and have lots of fun. And maybe you're not going to make a bajillion dollars, but you'll make good money and you won't have to work very hard. Versus the person who wants to grind their face off and become a multimillionaire and sacrifice everything for that. Those are two very different people, and there's a different promises. So explain the benefit. That's how you stand out differently. Just explaining versus, hey, make money, explaining how that money is made, for example, or losing weight. How is that weight lost? Are you going to be on exercise bikes? Are you going to be on keto diet? Are you going to be taking pills? What is it? So the benefit can be explained differently. That's also how you stand out too. That's one. The second is explaining your process and how it's different, right? So let's say for weight loss, instead of step 1, 2, 3 is eat less, move more, and what is it? Instead of eat less, move more, and drink more water, that's not really new, unique, or different, unfortunately, even though that's basically how to lose weight, right? You have to make it sound sexy for people to want to buy it. So instead you say, hey, actually, so we use this process where we help our clients lose weight by creating custom weight loss blueprints and exercises based off their unique body type. And we have 3 different body types. There's maybe apple, pear, and peach, whatever. Or like cucumber for like super like tall and lanky people based on your like physical body type. Let's say that's your thing, right? That sounds way more interesting. So that's the process, right? So people will be like, oh, I'm a cucumber type. I'm very tall and lanky. So, man, I need that. That's why I haven't been able to lose weight or craft the body I want. So there's the benefit, right? Changing how you explain what you do, the benefit. Changing how you explain the process. And then number 3, and this one's not so much about your content, but in terms of the sales process and standing out, is explaining and having your offer actually be different. So if everyone in your industry is doing a 90-day program for I don't know, $5,000 or $3,000 or whatever you charge. Okay, how can I take the risk off their shoulders? Okay, maybe they can pay half up front and then half when they get the results. Or maybe it's nothing up front and then they pay after 30 days once they see a certain result. Or maybe instead of group coaching, it's one-on-one. So there's a ton of different ways to actually mold and play with your offering to make it stand out when you're on the phone. And it's actually one of the most important things to do, because you can have the best message in the world, but then if people come and try and buy from you and your offer's off as well, you're going to have a bad time, right? I'm a huge proponent of offers, of messaging and explaining what you do differently. But so many people have this cookie cutter offer that is the same as almost everyone else in their industry. And so, yeah, we can fandangle and mess around with your messaging, but ideally you want to have just an irresistible offer that's so impossible and hard to say no to. And that way, when people actually reach out to you or talk to you or DM, whatever, it's going to be like, oh yeah, that sounds great. How do we get started? And adding a guarantee like, I'll work with you free until you do, just isn't, it just isn't helpful. Guarantees are incredibly helpful. Don't get me wrong. They're incredibly helpful and useful, but the work with you free till you do has been massively overplayed in most industries, and I don't recommend it. That's been made famous by Alex Hormozy. No shade to him, but most industries need to see a more specific guarantee that will take the risk off their shoulders. So that's another way to stand out. So those are the two ways to stand out: showing off who you are and what you do, right? And the three different ways are explaining the benefit differently, showing the process, and then changing your offer. So I hope that was super helpful. And the next question we'll be asking is, hey Ed, I like your content. Your shit's pretty cool. I think you got nice eyebrows. Thank you. I appreciate that. Then if that's the case, then you're going to want to join my email list, where a few times a week I drop value bombs just like this video right now on marketing, content, offers, specifically for online coaches, consultants, and service providers. Anybody who sells a high ticket offer or some sort of coaching package. There's even some people on there who sell e-com, like this. I'm a breakdancer, so they sell breakdancing goods. It's actually a buddy of mine, and he's on my email list, and he reads my stuff and finds it helpful. So if you sell e-com, I don't know why you're watching this video if you sell e-com, but fuck it. There's going to be a link somewhere here. If not, edray.com/subscribe. I will see you there, my friend. Hope you enjoy this video.